it's looking like a big summer clear out. Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you lot are all doing well today, my sweet friends. I really do hope that. Namaste, welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy where I go around the media, see what's being said about the Blues, give you my opinion on it, but of course, more importantly, ask for yours. Chelsea are selling a lot of players and they're at risk of losing more of their talented academy-bred youngsters. Peart-Harris, Livramento and Bate could all be out the door following the summer exits of other academy players in Fikayo Tomori and of course Mark Guehi, who's just been announced at Crystal Palace. Players are refusing to sign contracts and Chelsea are forced to sell them. What's going on? We're gonna crack into it. Also, a word on Callum Hudson-Odoi. Not many purchases, but generally lots of stuff happening with Chelsea Football Club over this summer. You can keep updated by keeping it locked here to Football Therapy. Make sure you are subscribed with the bell notifications icon clicked, so as soon as we buy a superstar player, you'll be the first to know from this man letting you know. Oh yeah, and feel free to drop a like on the video to show your support and help me out in the dark abyss that is the YouTube algorithm. Okay friends, let's start off this video by talking about young Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, I'm not going to read through this article from The Athletic, but I'm going to talk about the fact how Hudson-Odoi is in Thomas Tuchel's plan. Yes, that's right, for Callum Hudson-Odoi, it really is time to shine in many ways. He's been in the Chelsea squad for a long time. I remember his debut season when he was 17, watching him play. It was incredibly exciting. For a while, he seemed the heir apparent to Eden Hazard. Yes, we need to stop branding young players with that. With that title, but that's what people were saying about him. Incredibly talented, tore up all through the youth systems in terms of being an incredibly exciting and creative player. And to be honest, if you look at his stats and take a deep dive, they actually hold up. He's very impressive, and he has been improving on the defensive side of his game, where he was caught lacking for a little bit. Now, it's been reported that Thomas Tuchel does indeed want Callum Hudson-Odoi involved in the squad. He is in his long-term plans, which is positive, and you'd think when Thomas Tuchel arrived, he immediately saw something in Callum Hudson-Odoi that made him think, you're useful in terms of what I want to do, and he played him at right wing-back. Now, seemingly, I don't think we're going to see him at right wing back anymore. It was a bit peculiar for a while. A lot of us were just happy to see him on the pitch, but it did seem a bit peculiar, and it does make a lot more sense playing Reece James there in terms of defensive acumen and all that kind of stuff. So Callum Hudson-Odoi moves into the front three, flanking either side of the striker. Now his preferred position, of course, is left wing or left inside forward, where he can cut in onto his right foot and get a shot off. But of course he plays on the right flank very well indeed. He can get a good cross in, he's got good delivery, and he can take the ball to the byline and cut back, which is a very effective tactic in the Premier League, of course. So we're imagining he's going to play in the front three, and he's coming up against some stiff competition in Timo Werner and Mason Mount, who seem to be the preferred options behind probably a Kai Havertz at the moment. And of course there's other players as well, like Hakim Ziyech, who scored a second half hat-trick in pre-season, who Tuchel will be keeping an eye on, and of course Christian Pulisic, who we all know can play very well for Chelsea at times. You'd be forgiven for forgetting how young Callum Hudson-Odoi is. I think he's like 21 still, or maybe even 20, I'd have to check that. Still very young, with a wealth of experience. Whether you like it or not playing, speculation that you're going on transfer, not being transferred, all that is experience and helps you grow as a player and a man. Hopefully he's just ready to settle and play some ball, and all the headline stuff has dissipated. And he's had it all. He's had, like, you know, potential controversy in lockdown. He's had the Bayern Munich links away. He's had playing for managers, not playing for managers, you know, signing a new contract under Frank and then not playing so much, and playing a wing back and then the front three. He's really been moved around. So now, hopefully, after his holiday, he can settle his head and he can think, you know what, man, cool, I'm gonna break into this team myself and show everyone what I'm about, because the kid's got the talent to do it, and he's not only got the talent to break in and play a bit, he's got the talent to lock down a position should he show some consistency. So, he's in Tuchel's plans. Hopefully we see more of him and him playing well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. express your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on young Callum Hudson-Odoi as we move on to the next story and talk about these Chelsea youngsters being sold. Cool, so seemingly there's a mass exodus of the academy at the moment. Tariq Lamptey, Fikayo Tomori, and Mark Gurhey all already gone. Of course, 3 incredibly highly rated players who graduated from the academy and can play at a high level and will. And seemingly to follow Peart-Harris, Livramento, and Bate. Positive reports do dictate, though, that Thomas Tuchel is a fan of Conor Gallagher and is likely to just have him sent on loan. And to be honest, the main issue here is these youngsters not wanting to sign new contracts, and all in the last year of their deal. I've read somewhere that they've been sent to train with the under-16s or something, and Chelsea are basically forced to sell them. I'm going to read an article from the Metro citing The Athletic to give you an indication of what's going on, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. Chelsea are facing the prospect of losing 3 of their best academy prospects, with one of them already having bid farewell to his teammates. Valentino Livramento, Lewis Bate, and Myles Peart-Harris all have 1 year remaining on their respective contracts at Stamford Bridge and have turned down offers to extend their deals, The Athletic reports. 18-year-old Bate was named on the bench against Sheffield United and Bayern Munich last season, but is not convinced about his place in the pecking order at the club, according to reports. The midfielder has informed Chelsea that he has no desire to sign a new deal and wants to join a club that can provide him the pathway to regular first-team football. I mean, it's fair enough really, isn't it? I mean, what we hoped as fans when they're so highly rated, you know, winning individual awards and stuff, is that they would want to go on a loan and fight for their place. Yes, it's unrealistic to hope for a starting 11 of academy prospects, but when you're talking about these 3 particular players, so highly rated, and you know, you saw the sort of mass disappointment of Mark Gurhey leaving. To be honest, Mark Gurhey could have been in the squad for next season or for this season starting, and he could have started a lot of games for Chelsea. He was that good. But anyway, let's go back to what they're saying about Bate. West Ham United, Leeds United, Liverpool, Leicester and Brighton have all expressed interest, with Leeds leading the chase, with Bate now following a number of their players on Instagram. Oh, the old Instagram tell. Peart-Harris, meanwhile, is thought to be on the verge of joining Brentford and has already said his goodbye to his teammates, according to the report. The attacking midfielder was joint top goal scorer in Chelsea's development squad last season, with 11 goals in 23 appearances. Livramento, Chelsea's Academy Player of the Season, is wanted by Brighton. While no deal is imminent, the Chelsea defender is also eager to leave. Brighton taking all our ruddy right wing backs. They're going to be stacking up over there as well. Why just... Chelsea have already cashed in on 2 of their academy products this summer, with Fikayo Tomori joining AC Milan after a successful loan spell last season. Mark Gurhey, meanwhile, joined Crystal Palace on Sunday in a deal believed to be worth around £20 million. Look, it's difficult, friends. It's hard to guarantee playtime to kids when you've got such a big, immense squad. It's just annoying when you, as like a sort of fan of a club, know you've got these excellent players coming through, winning individual awards, and then, you know, they go and play for Liverpool and play really well. Do you know what I mean? It could happen. Hey, this is the difficult part of football. But in the positive side, I know they're youth players and they're not on the first team roster, but Chelsea are looking to slim down their squad and essentially make it more manageable and generate revenue. Already they've sold Giroud, Moses, Gurhey, Tomori. Yeah, I think that's it. You could add those 3 academy kids to the list as well, and then of course the likes of Zappacosta, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Batshuayi, maybe. All these players are for sale. Baba Rahman as well. There's loads and loads of players for sale that Chelsea can make a lot of money on, and if they get all those players off their roster, that will be better for them. It's just frustrating that if you did sell all these first teamers that don't really do anything for the squad, that's when you'd want to put this sort of academy players, your starlets, into the roster and on good money. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case, and they all seemingly are going to be sold. Anyway, there are positives. Billy Gilmour should hopefully come back from loan and fight for his space. I really think Gilmour should hopefully fight for his place at Chelsea. If he gets sold, I'll be very disappointed because he can be like world class in my opinion. And good to hear that Tuchel likes Gallagher. Positive. I mean, the report just said he likes him. I don't know how much that means, but you know, holding on to a few starlets there, and maybe some of them can push their way through and we can be positive about that. Personally, I'm probably most disappointed about Mark Gurhey. but Chelsea have put like a clause in where they're allowed to match offers if he's ever to be sold, if he becomes like superstar. So that's okay, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below on your feelings. Do you know these players? Have you watched them? Are you disappointed? I know a lot of people don't care about the academy and they just want Chelsea to buy Haaland or, you know, Tchouaméni, or just players that they've maybe used more on FIFA than they've seen the academy players play. And that's fair enough, each to their own. You sort of go with what you've seen, I suppose. But it is disappointing because when they've been nurtured for so long and they're very, very talented, I can understand why they want to leave, but it's just still frustrating and disappointing. Anyway, that's just me. Hey, I might be wrong. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be keen on hearing it. And yeah, you know, keep it locked, subscribe, drop a like, all that nice stuff. Thanks guys, enjoy the football, I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.